Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Name Pending Podcast, episode number 2. We're in a bit of a formal night tonight. I have my beautiful red tux and classic orange shorts. Travis is in a t-shirt.
I got my t-shirt.
That's as dressed up as we're going to get from Travis.
Yeah.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Name Pending Podcast. If I can pull it up again, because we always have difficulty with this. Name Pending Podcast, episode number 2. Back with Travis and Will. But today, we're doing a little bit of a switch up. We're going to have 3 guest stars come in. We have Zeke Ehrenberg, who is Travis's brother. We have Claudia Callum, and we have Maggie Macarola. If you would like to get involved, just shoot me a DM on Snapchat, and we can work it out. We should be getting guest stars every episode, so just try to keep you guys active. Also, we noticed that you only watched the YouTube video for 1 minute on the analytics. To solve that, what Travis and I will do is for every question, we will put a timestamp at the very beginning, so you probably would have already seen this. So if there's any specific questions that you want to see or questions that you don't want to see, you have the opportunity to skip to the ones in the segments that you want to see. It just helps you out. It's going to allow you to actually enjoy it instead of watching a 40-minute podcast. Just some stuff that we learned from the first time.
Yeah.
So without any further ado, let's hop into the first question coming from the audience. Travis, what is the first question of the night?
First question is water wet?
Great question.
The age-old debate.
I feel like, it's always an age-old debate, but I feel like the solid answer is yes. People say, oh, it's not wet, but it makes things wet. That makes absolutely no sense. Think about that logically as you're saying that. It's not wet, but it has the ability to make something wet. That makes absolutely no sense. I'm not even a science guy, I'm a rational guy. And when I hear something like that, that's complete garbage. I will call you out on that. Yes, water's wet.
You know what, Will? I'm actually gonna have to disagree with you here.
Go ahead,
okay?
Travis.
If you take fire, for example, it's a dumb debate, but if you take fire, for example, would you say that fire is on fire?
Yes.
You would say that fire is on fire.
That is correct. I would say that fire is on fire because, again, that same thing where it's fire isn't fire, but it makes things on fire. That doesn't make any sense. If you say that out loud, if you say that out loud and you think, that progression from which you say, oh, it's not something, but it makes something else that makes no sense. I'm going to stick by it. I do not believe the saying.
No way.
It's wet. It's not actually wet, but it makes things wet, or it's not actually fire, but it makes
but
things
it
on
is.
fire. That makes zero sense.
I think it does. All right.
Explain
Is water wet? There's some YouTube video. I've seen a YouTube video before where the guy goes in depth about is water wet or not, and he ends up with the conclusion no. I think
we're just going to trust some random guy on YouTube.
Yeah, he's a scholar.
Oh, okay. I'm a scholar.
He's a scholar. Well, we're all scholars now. But he says that if you pour water on your water, do you say my water got wet?
Well, the answer to that is it was already wet. It didn't need more water to be wet.
I don't know, man. I think we'll let the viewers decide and leave it in the
We'll leave it
comments.
up for
Leave it in the comments.
In the comments below.
Leave it in the comments.
Make sure to like and subscribe. Because we got 4 likes and 60 views. That was pretty sick.
That's good. That's
Hog.
good.
Hog. We're blowing up.
That's hog.
All right. Travis, what is question number 2?
Next question, Yanny or Laurel? That's another age-old debate.
I assume we all know what we're talking about here. Back 3 years ago, it was the Yanny versus Laurel, and people came out with scientific explanations for it, whatever. I always remember hearing Laurel. I don't know about anybody else, but I always heard Laurel. Then there was a website that came out, and you could have a bar to see how far to the left you can make it until you heard Yanny, and then how far to the right.
I remember that, yeah.
Laurel. But I always heard Laurel. I don't know if there's something about age or what your mind's telling you to believe. Because even if you be I want to hear Yanny, you still kind of think of it. But yeah, I always heard Laurel. I think it's Laurel. What do you think, Trav?
I think in the beginning when it first popped up, I heard Yanny, but then you came back a year later, and then if you watched it again, you'd hear the other thing, Laurel. I heard Yanny in the first year, and then the year after that, when I rewatched it, I heard Laurel. I think it's actually Laurel, if I remember correctly, that it's. Yeah, now I hear Yanny again.
Yeah, fine. Let me share my screen. Let's get a definitive answer here. Okay.
Oh, remember that? It was gold or blue?
Laurel.
I hear Yanny.
Yeah, I hear Yanny. That's weird.
I hear Yanny. Wait, now it just switched.
I only hear Yanny.
You want to hear
That's strange. It's strange.
That's interesting.
At the beginning of the video, the dress, that was the big thing before that.
Yeah, that's
The dress. I think that was, I remember that. It was blue and black.
I
But,
think it was the same for me.
my brother's colorblind, and he said it was like gold and white. So
Yeah, maybe
it's
that's
weird.
weird. I don't know. That's interesting.
It is interesting.
Let's decide from what you just heard without our interpretation.
It's
All
a
right.
good one.
What's the next question?
Yeah, 1 second. All right, next question is favorite animal and why.
Travis, go ahead. Let me think about this one for a while.
I think for me, it changes like weekly. I'll learn about a new animal, and then it's that. Like a few weeks ago, it was pigeons for some reason. I think it's just because Mike Tyson, there's a great show, Mike Tyson Mysteries, and there's a pigeon on that show. But I think it's right now it's ducks. I don't know why. No, there's no rationale behind it. It's just ducks.
Okay.
You know.
For me, it kind of varies like yearly rather than weekly. So like at one point, it was like a giraffe because I did a science project, or I did like a book report on giraffes. And then the next year was like the blobfish because the blobfish was the greatest thing. And then it's a dog because you want a dog. I don't know, but for right now, I mean, like obviously I can say falcon because I'm a Falcon fan, but I think I'll try to avoid
disgusting. It's disgusting.
Yeah, and anybody who wants to debate me on whether the Falcons are good or not, I'm totally good to go. I've gone rounds toe-to-toe with Eric, and I've absolutely killed him. So, Eric, if you're watching this, suck it. But I don't know. I think we're just we'll stick with the basic one. We'll just go with dog for right now. There's nothing that's kind of standing out. Nothing's calling my name as of yet.
It's respectable.
All right. So we are now on to our first guest interview. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Zeke Ehrenberg. Let's see how this goes. This is our first time. Oh, and he's in.
Oh, there he is.
There he is. He's now connecting to audio. Zeke, how are you doing today, my man? What's going on?
Well, let me just start off by saying how much of an honor and a pleasure it is to be on this show. I'd shake your hand if we weren't in quarantine, but yeah, it's a pleasure. It's an absolute pleasure. Camera's freezing a little bit. Let me just let me just give a little brief background with my part in the podcast. So I've been subscribed for since the beginning. I'm
entire 2
I got
days.
all the merch. Yep, I got all the merch and everything.
Is the merch my hand-me-down clothes that I give you?
I can't confirm or deny that, but I just want to say that I do have the merch.
Merch link in bio. Merch link in bio.
Link in bio.
Link in bio.
We're gonna come out with merch soon, maybe.
Yeah.
And Pogs in the chat, Twitch Prime.
Yeah, Twitch Prime, guys.
All right, let's get on to some questions then. Enough banter. Travis, what is the first question for you?
First question. This is just for Zeke. How is online school for a middle schooler?
So you know me, man. I'm a devoted Catholic. So
You're not Catholic.
When I get questions like these, I think what would Jesus say? So I gotta say, online classes have been pretty bad. I haven't.
What does that have anything to do with Jesus?
Well, I just want to start off by saying 90% of the time I have class, I just join the meeting, mute my microphone, turn off my camera, and then go on by my day, start doing other homework.
I can confirm this with Zeke. Yep.
Yeah. So it's been very, very interesting experience.
Yeah, when he works in our dining room because there's no desk in his room. So most of the time I see him and he's in one of his classes. And his camera is off and not on, and he's nowhere near his computer at all. Like there's no way he's listening to it, but then he swears to our parents that, oh yeah, I am listening to it.
I listen. No, I listen. 4.0 GPA this term. So
okay, yeah.
Not to better GPA.
For classes a completion grade.
They should make all classes completion grades.
Maybe.
Imagine that. I think that's what – I don't know if they did that in New York. But
I have a middle school brother who's an 8th grader right now, and he's already gotten into school, so he doesn't really care right now.
Oh, yeah. Congratulations to other Calder brother,
He's not
Clap it up.
Oh, yeah. We all go to the same school in case – yeah.
No, we don't.
I remember when I first got in, not that this has to do anything, and I just gave up.
That's what my brother has, like one to two Zoom meetings per day, and he'll complain about the smallest things, and I'll be like, dude, you're done. You have nothing to worry about. All right, what's our second question for Zeke? This one is going to be a fan favorite, I'm sure.
Yeah, we have best Zeke. I know you're good with the ladies, right? So we have best pickup lines.
Yes,
best pickup lines.
What are your best, the creme de la creme, the best pickup lines used by Zeke Ehrenberg?
Actually, pickup lines. Personally, I just like to say, I'm a Catholic, and if I'm, I say. I've been out of the scene for a while, so I'm really
out of touch. We understand. Everybody goes.
Yeah, we get it. We get it. Yeah, we get it.
Ever since the quarantine started, the Snapchat streaks have been, not been held up too well, and I just, it's been a tough season. That's all I'm gonna say.
I get it.
We completely understand. We understand.
I think the only one for me that comes to mind is your father a thief because did he steal the stars and put them in your eyes or something?
Wow, that's
the only one that I can remember.
There's a few good ones that the sidemen do for real life Tinder.
Yeah.
Those are wildly inappropriate for our children viewers, so I will not restate any of them.
KSI, he's
there's one
true.
I guess you can say it's like, are you the coronavirus? Because I can't stop looking at you. So you point to
oh wow, that was good. Yeah, 10 out of 10.
It'll get them. It's something like, ooh, this creative. But yeah, that's pretty much all from that pickup lines for being child appropriate. Well, Zeke, we love. Thank you so much for coming on the pod today.
Thank you. Yeah, good job, Zeke.
Red suit, Will. It's fair. I like it a lot. It's good.
Thank you.
I like the Under Armour shirt under it too. It's good.
The backwards.
That makes it. That's what makes it.
Is that Gucci?
I find the backwards hat very vulgar, but as you know, I'm a devoted Catholic, so I don't really appreciate your hat being backwards, but it's okay. I understand.
All right, Zeke.
All right. So Zeke, at this time, I'm going to remove you from the call. Thank you for being on the show.
Thank you so much for
being. It's been an honor.
Awesome. All right.
Everyone, like and subscribe. Pogs in the chat. All right.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Zeke. All right.
It's back to us.
Now that we finished our interview with Zeke, we are now getting into the newest segment on the show. We have two new segments today, apart from the two we did beforehand. We have, Does This Make You Angry?
Those are good photos. I like those
We do
photos.
have really good photos in front of us here. This is all that Google had to offer for both of us. So, does this make you angry? We have 4 things that we're going to go through. We're going to talk about whether it makes us angry or whether it's, not that bad. So, Travis, let's start us off with number 1 of does this make you angry?
Nails on a chalkboard.
I think we can all agree this is an obvious yes.
Yeah, that's not.
Preaching gives you goosebumps. It's not a pleasant thing. Like, you wouldn't go around and be like, oh, yeah, I'm just going to listen to a playlist of nails screeching.
Yeah, nobody does that.
No. So let's get into the next question.
Next question is bad music.
I think one thing is, like, if someone forces you to listen to bad music, like if one of your friends, actually, I wouldn't even use that example. But if you're like at a party or something, like not a party, like if you're at a dance and someone just plays bad music, it sucks, but you can kind of live through it. I mean, most of it's like 3 minutes. But if your friend sends you some awful music and you're just like, I don't really like it, you can just click off. Like if it's on the radio, just switch channels. Yeah, bad music, it sucks when you were forced to listen to it, but I don't really see a problem with it. If not, because you can just get through it.
I feel like bad music is even more of a big thing now because you're in quarantine. I've been listening to music a lot more recently, and in the past I haven't. And it makes you realize how much bad music there actually is. Yeah, I don't know if you remember Friday. I forget who that's by. Do you remember that?
I love that. It's Friday.
Yeah, exactly. So bad. But a lot of songs are so bad that they're good, if that makes any sense.
We talked about Big Shaq's Man's Not Hot on last.
Man's Not Hot. Man's Not Hot is like national treasure. That song's great.
But yeah, it's so bad that it's actually pretty good. Like, what other song is going on right now? Obviously, TikTok is blowing up, so there's a lot of songs that are like questionable there that are like kind of being turned into memes, and people are like, oh, this actually isn't that bad song. So like Old Town Road, like. Oh,
I remember that. Yep, that's a meme song. Didn't that win like Western of the Year, Western song, country song of the year, and then they took it down
because it just wasn't that good. Really.
Yeah.
You listen to it and you're like, oh, this is so sick, Old Town Road, and then you kind of listen to it and it's like, there's like I could sing that.
Mm.
It's just kind of lame. All right, what's the next question, Trev?
Next question is video games.
I think more specifically, this question is asking, like, so for me, I play Fortnite. I play a little bit of Modern Warfare, whatever the COD is right now. But, you know, you kind of get out of this fantasy of, like, it's like when you die in any video game, it just sucks. Especially when you die to just a completely awful reason. It just, like, sucks even more. You know, it's supposed to bring, like, happiness, but when you start to get competitive and you play with friends and you're trying to show off or you're just trying to, like, mess around and have some fun, it sucks. But, you know, Fortnite as an issue is something that I could probably cover in a podcast all by myself.
Yeah, we could do an entire podcast just about Fortnite.
Yeah, and talking about what we're talking about. But yeah, I think like without getting into the major details, right now Fortnite's on a decline for a major reason. That the game sucks, really. It's no longer fun. It's just kind of bland, and we just kind of play to mess around and have some fun with friends. But I don't know. You obviously play many more games than I do.
Yeah, I play a ton of video games. Recently, I don't know, I'm trying to just cut back a little bit on it, but I've played a ton of games. Fortnite wasn't really one of them. I never really got into it. I feel like Fortnite solos, they're not fun at all. It's not fun to play a game like that solo. Playing it with like Will and a couple other friends, that was fun. It's fun. I won't even lie. It's not my cup of tea, as they say, but it's fun. I will admit it. I will admit it. I feel like other games that have been released lately, now is the time to release games, like when everybody's at home. But Fortnite's definitely on the downhill. That's about it. People that hate video games, they're boomers, as they say. They're boomers. But you don't hate video games. That's weird.
Okay. So I think we're going to let Claudia in now, and we're going to get to another new guest, Claudia Callum, coming in from Basking Ridge. Met a few weeks ago, and we've just kind of been hanging out. So, Travis, what do we got? Hello, Claudia, can you hear us? Hold on, can you hear it?
Yeah, I can hear.
Awesome. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is Claudia. Welcome to the podcast. You probably don't know this is Travis over here.
It's an honor.
All right. We have 2 questions lined up for you today. So, Travis, let's get into the first question.
All right. First question, thoughts on Outer Banks on Netflix?
Right. So, for the people that don't know what it is, Outer Banks is basically the next Tiger King, but 10 million times better than Tiger King. On Netflix, it's 10 episodes long, just a season. I watched them maybe a day and a half. It was really good. Claudia was the one who put me on the show. So Claudia, go ahead. Let's talk about it. What's the rave? What's the reason why people should be tuning into Outer Banks?
Well, overall, it's just a very suspenseful show. So you don't end the next episode I'll watch it later. It's fine. I want to watch the next episode. I want to watch it now because a lot of action scenes. It's good for both guys and girls. There's hot girls for the guys and there's hot guys for the girls. So overall, 10 out of 10 show. Really recommend. I don't want to spoil it here, but it's really it gets a lot of climactic scenes and it's very suspenseful.
Yeah, I kind of saw it as the same premise of National Treasure. For those you don't know, National Treasure.
Love National Treasure.
It's such a good movie.
That movie is a national treasure.
It really is. That's such a sick movie. But it's kind of like that moment where you're trying to find treasure, but then what it does is it takes that plot and it evolves from it, and it gets goes in every which way where you really don't know. Like Claudia said, you don't end the episode oh, I'll watch this next episode later. You want to watch it right away, which is why people have finished it so quickly and why people have so many thoughts and opinions on it.
The characters are just oh, I want to be friends with those characters, and I feel that's what everyone's been going crazy about. Oh, I want to be at the Outer Banks and all this stuff. So
yeah,
really
with the pros. Exactly. All right, Travis, what is question number 2?
All right, next question we got, Still Softish, is it trash or pass?
All right, but for those who do not know what this song is, hopefully I should be sharing my screen right now. Obviously, it's clean because that's
Can we watch the whole thing? No,
we won't watch the whole thing, but what we will do is watch the clean version, hopefully clean. I really hope this isn't clickbaiting me. The clean version for our family-friendly show.
I'm just gonna bleep out every.
No place this mother.
Yes, it does.
My girl, bro. He tried to fuck her.
Basically,
Get in the hoodie or something.
since it's basically just a bunch of stops and goes because of the vulgar language
Very
used.
foul language.
Yeah, it's basically a diss track on everybody's favorite Lil Huddy, the TikToker who recently lost Charlie D'Amelio because he was being a moron. So, trash or pass. Travis, we'll start off with you. You just watched the music video today. You just heard it for the first time. What's your thoughts?
So I just watched it probably 10 minutes before the show. It's so bad. I don't know who any of these people are, but it was really something. It was something. I'll give it that. It was something. But I think trash.
Trash. I think its idea was very funny, and the way they executed it in terms of music video was awesome. The lyrics were meh. The flow was meh. But I think just like what it stood for was just a complete pass. I don't think anybody can even argue that. That was just a great music video and a great video to watch. Just to have some fun with it.
I think it's a pass because hear me out. So basically the lyrics, like me and Will have been jamming out to these lyrics, singing them nonstop, and it just gets stuck in your head. It's really funny, especially the balcony sit scene where they're like, what is it? They're hanging off of the balcony, and it's you have to watch the music video. It's honestly hilarious, and I gotta love Lil Huddy, and you gotta love the diss track as well.
All right. So, any last things you want to say to the audience right now watching the Name Pending podcast? Anything interesting?
That they should definitely check out the 17-minute documentary, What Did Jack Do? Because don't listen to Will's last podcast about it. It is honestly hilarious. You just gotta look at the right moments because overall it's funny that it's even a movie, and that's what makes you laugh. I have watched it 11 times.
Okay.
I still haven't watched it, so
Good for you, Travis.
maybe that's a thing to do tonight later on.
Good on you, buddy. Don't waste your time with it. We can have
waste your time.
another time.
I'm
All right,
honored to be on here.
All right, awesome. Thank you so much, Claudia, for hanging out with us. And see ya.
Bye.
We ran out of time on our Zoom call, so we're back. All right, so we have Maggie McCarthy Macarola with us. We have
Macarola, not McCarthy.
We have two questions for Maggie here. Travis, go ahead in the first question. What do we got?
All right, first question. How do we get a perfect tan without actually leaving the house?
I've really thought that I would know the answer to this question, but that is not possible. I tried it a few days ago. Jergens does not work. It just makes you orange. And just a little tip, if you turn orange, do not Snapchat Will, because he will bully you and make you cry.
That's good. That's good advice.
For clarification as well, if you saw the last podcast, the question was, why do you make me cry myself to sleep? We know who sent in the question now.
Yeah, I sent in that question.
And we also know the why are you so annoying question.
That was also me.
But yeah.
Pretty good questions, though.
If you're going to get tan, you might as well just go out and get tan, not do a self-fake tan.
Unless you're Irish, then you just gotta, because then you'll get burned, and it's not a good situation.
There's the contrast between like the orange and then the white, and then there was like a video she sent me where like she held up a red, or like, yeah, you can even see the discrepancy there. Don't do it. That's
Don't
just
do it.
not that like I even self-tan, or I don't think really I know anybody besides you who self-tans. But for those who are interested and want to know what it's about,
Don't do it.
okay. All right, Travis, what's the next question?
Next question. What liquid would you shower in?
If I can't shower in water, I would probably go with yellow Gatorade. What about you
Why?
guys?
Is there
Yeah.
a rationale behind this?
No, I just love yellow Gatorade.
So you just
That's
like
fair enough.
you don't have to worry about anything like the stickiness that.
I mean, it would be sticky, but I got to get over it. The most practical answer would definitely be seltzer, but that's like taking an easy way out of it.
Okay.
So I think I'm up for the challenge of yellow Gatorade.
Yellow Gatorade. Interesting.
What would you guys say your answer would
What
be?
do you got, Travis? What do you got for us?
I have no idea. I've seen videos before. I guess is Jello a liquid? Not really, right? But if it was, then that would be the
I mean,
choice.
how it
That's an
depends on
interesting
how
one.
it would like, come out of the faucet.
Exactly.
Explain that one
Yeah.
a little. Why would it be Jello?
Have you ever seen that, like the videos where it's in a pool or something, and then they just like it's like bouncy? It's fun. It's funny.
Yeah, Jello.
Yeah.
There's no rationale behind this. It's
Just
Jello.
You just
Alright.
feel Jello.
Yeah,
What
I
about
like
a-
Jello.
any liquid. What would you go with?
Be liquid?
Yeah.
Oh, it's a tough question, Will. What? It's a good question. I'm gonna pass this one on to you right here.
I'll come back to you.
Okay.
So for me, my answer, I'm a fruity man myself. So I like the cold fruit drinks. Strawberry daiquiri, 100%. The thing about strawberry daiquiri is it smells very, very good. It also tastes great. So being able to have that cold shower, I'm more of a cold shower guy. I don't really like hot showers. I feel like when you get too hot, it like hurts
Oh,
you.
of course
It
you don't
burns
want.
you.
Can
I
I
know
ask
that.
you a question?
Maybe later.
What are you wearing?
Today is actually a formal night. So Travis got up in his greatest attire, and I got up in my greatest attire.
Interesting. Okay, proceed.
Yeah, so getting back, strawberry daiquiri, I think, is the way to go. Delicious, cold, fruity. Just it hits all the check marks in my book. That's mine. People say hot chocolate because if you turn up the heat, then it becomes hot chocolate. That's just not true. I feel like chocolate just milk chocolate or milk is just not awesome. And I think just normal milk could be another somewhat good example. I'm just not a milk guy.
Well, if you don't fake tan, then you might mix yourself up with the milk.
I really don't know how to respond to that because I don't know how many people are actually fake tan in our audience today.
I have a solution to fake tan. It's called go in the sun. It's a good one. It's a good one. Oh my God. All right, yeah, don't go in the sun. The sun is bad for you. So.
Travis, you should think before you speak.
I go in the sun. You can't see it because my camera is dark, but I'm super pale. And like I can go in the sun for 30 seconds and I'll turn tomato. But
Travis, I'm so glad that we can have this bond.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, if you're coming back to me
What
with
is
the
your
liquid,
drink?
what?
Yeah. What is your drink?
Liquid question. Coca-Cola. That's pretty good. None of that Pepsi crap. Whenever a restaurant they ask me Pepsi.
Family friendly podcast.
I'm sorry. Pepsi is not as good as Coca-Cola, but Coca-Cola is good. I don't know if that got in your eyes. Would that burn? Probably not. Right.
Close your eyes.
Close your eyes. Perfect. Just close your
I have
eyes.
a little trivia for you here. Do you know where the Coca-Cola headquarter of the world is?
Seattle.
No,
Are you gonna say Atlanta?
it is Atlanta, Travis. And you know why I make that connection?
Because you're a big Atlanta Falcons guy, even though they're
Baby.
worst team in the
Yo,
NFL. But
Marco check.
Yeah, you said Seattle.
Yeah, I thought it was oh no, it's Nike. No, it's I don't know. I'm not smart enough to be on a podcast.
Screens, but yeah.
My glasses are really deceiving. I only have glasses because I get headaches when I look at the screen.
I have glasses. These are Oakleys.
Wow, you're
By the way.
so.
You wanted to make sure everybody knew that they were.
Yeah, they're Oakleys, just in case they're not off brands.
They're Oakleys.
But
Did you post on your Snapchat story just like
Mine are $5.
Yeah, I did.
Blue light sunglasses from Amazon.
I've seen a lot of people actually wear those before. There's kids in our school that wear those.
MMG's girlfriend wears them.
Okay, who's
For all those
MMG?
who know MMG, you'll get it. Kaylee and her wonderful presence on the channel is just a delight to have.
So I actually looked up types of liquids in case I couldn't come up with them, and I think some of my second one would be liquid mercury or liquid bromine. That's my second and third in that order.
Okay, is there a reason why, or like?
Well, Will knows a lot about elements from Mrs. Nevstitch. Shout out to you if you're watching this.
I have to blur that out. We don't say names here. Especially for children of potential podcast.
Oh, namaste.
Oh my god. Anyway, yeah, I'm pretty sure mercury is toxic. I'm pretty sure you die from mercury.
I forget who's the Chinese emperor of that one dynasty.
Xi Jinping. Oh, from a dynasty?
Yeah, really.
Zhao.
The
Zing.
guy.
That's
whatever. And he like had an underground.
Hold on. We want to make sure we know this. It's the Zhou dynasty. Zhou.
Joe. Zhou Joe. But I'm thinking of like the Qin dynasty. I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce it. But and this guy literally had like a pyramid built underground and then surrounded it with liquid mercury so nobody could come near it.
Shoot, that was the guy, the leader of the Qing. I know
Qin
exactly.
Qin Shi Huangdi.
Yeah, Qin Shi Huangdi. That's exactly.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, that's my second
little
choice.
link. Yeah.
Where he had that sick tomb where like he protected everything, like with the, like traps and stuff. I remember that dude. That dude was sick. We're not gonna get into the KD like we did last week, but
no KD talks.
That was probably
that's what you don't see in this podcast. The KD talks they're not. Nah.
All right. So before we let you go, is there anything else you'd like to add to the podcast? Any shout outs you'd like to make?
I was just wondering if after this podcast you're still doing my history homework or not.
That's a good one.
We'll see. Maybe.
Okay.
Will, you want to do my history homework also, actually? Because
sure.
Really? Yeah. All right. Perfect. Thank you.
I'm paid. I do collect payment. Apple Pay, PayPal. Just reach out to me. Besides, the person who's actually joining us for the podcast owes me a crazy amount of money. So we will see.
I don't owe him any money.
We'll see when that payment actually goes through because eventually.
Bye, everyone.
All right. Goodbye.
Bye.
All right. So that was our last interviewee. We have one last question before we finish off today's podcast. And I think it's one we kind of stuck with the theme today of eternal debates where really we don't get a lot of answers out of this. So on the topic of eternal debates and liquids, Travis, what is the final question of the day?
Is cereal a soup and are hot dogs a sandwich?
Go ahead, Travis. The floor is yours.
Cereal is not a soup. Don't ever say, if I ever hear you say that cereal is a soup to me, I'm leaving. I'm sorry. I'm leaving. I think if you look at a lot of times, soup is warm. When I think soup, I think warm soup. But cereal's not warm. It's very, very cold because it has milk in it. And I don't know who thinks of cereal as a soup, but that just sounds disgusting to even think about. And the hot dog one, are hot dogs a sandwich? That's a good one. I'm gonna say yeah. No, I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say no just because a lot of sandwiches are like two pieces. When I think sandwich, I think two pieces of disconnected bread, two like this. And a hot dog, like both are connected like this kind of.
Right.
So no, not a sandwich.
All right, I have two follow-up questions for you here, Travis, because I actually disagree with you on both answers.
Damn,
so,
okay.
Is there such a thing as cold soup?
Probably. I'm just not thinking of it because I don't.
The answer to that is yes. There is a thing called. There is a thing.
Can you give me some examples?
Pea soup. It is never served hot.
Pea soup? Do you say?
Pea soup. Corn
soup. Corn soup.
Can be
Who
served.
drinks corn soup?
Travis, I'm giving you answers here, buddy. What you're thinking of is the stereotypical chicken noodle soup, which is often.
Yes. Yeah. Exactly. Yep.
At the same time, you can have chicken noodle soup cold because you think about it.
It's probably disgusting, though.
If in order for chicken noodle soup to be classified as chicken noodle soup, so chicken noodle and you have to have the broth.
Yeah.
I think of it as this. Well, the chicken is cooked beforehand. And the oats that go in like a frosted flakes, they're also made beforehand. They're cooked beforehand and then they're dried. So with that, you have the same components, except it's just the temperature. So chicken noodle, like you have a bunch of cold soups. I would say cereal is a soup. It's a cold soup. I think it's just given a different category because of its temperature.
Good follow-up question to that. Is soup a cereal?
I think it can go.
I don't want to think of that. That's disgusting.
I think that can go interchangeably. I think it
could. Yeah.
Interchangeably. Second question. So at Subway or Jersey Mike's or wherever you go to pick up.
Ew, Jersey Mike's.
Are you kidding?
I'm joking. Jersey Mike's is good. Well, I like Jersey Mike's because I like bacon. And when you say, "Can I have some bacon?" they don't do any of that Subway stuff where they give you half a slice of bacon and call it a sandwich. They reach their hand in there, they grab a fistful of bacon. No, you know what? I'm gonna even go even farther. They dump the entire container of bacon on your sandwich. That's good. I like that.
I think for me, Jersey Mike's a little bit off topic here, but we'll get to the question in a little bit. Jersey Mike's is just very fresh. I mean,
Yeah, I would agree with that.
plus Mike's Way with cherry pepper relish is killer. It's very, very good.
I'll try that.
That's definitely a must go with. And of course, the number 13 is to die for. The Italian sub is the sub to get at Jersey Mike's. I've only heard people go with the number 7 or the number 13, the turkey and provolone or the Italian. There's no other option there.
None.
But now we'll continue on with the question. When they cut your sandwich, besides down the middle,
Okay.
it's like this or is it like this?
What? That's like a hot dog right there. The hand signal.
Well, the way they cut it, right, is they open the bread like this.
Yeah.
You have.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah. So I'm gonna switch my answer then. I'm gonna say it is a sandwich.
Because it has those same components where you have the meat, you have the potential of sauerkraut.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Okay.
Have all of those options. So the bread, it doesn't necessarily like this. There's really like you can have 2 different types of sandwiches, right? Where you have like the boom and the boom.
I agree. Yeah, you've changed my mind. You've changed my mind. Cereal is a soup, and hot dogs are sandwiches now.
I'm like Steven Crowder. Changed my mind.
I remember. Yep.
Sandwiches.
Funny guy. They're funny sometimes.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that has been it for episode number 2 of the Name Penning Podcast. I think this is a series that will go on and live forever as we can interact.
History.
We get as many questions as we possibly can. For those of you who have made it this long in the video, comment. We won't actually do that because that one's pretty obvious. Comment streaks in the comments below. Streaks. Comment that, and you will get a personal shout out as we begin next episode. Travis will also probably put like an edit where it'll be like comment streaks if you see that.
Yeah. Yep.
But hopefully you guys enjoyed this. I know Travis said he even pulled up. It's like 1:48.
Retention rate. Yeah.
Attention span. And
That's good. That's my attention span. So
really don't want to watch a 40-minute podcast. So we will try to make it simpler for you, where you guys get to see what potential funny questions we can answer. Let's see your interview or the interviewees. Again, once this podcast comes out on Snapchat, on my private story, or even if you see it within a friend, text me if you want to be on. You can text me some questions you want to talk about, anything, because we're just really here to have a conversation, talk about what's going on. We enjoy it. We think it's a lot of fun. It gets our mind off of the daily grind, and it's allows us to kind of be ourselves and mess around for 40 minutes this podcast will end up being, just to have fun with each other and mess around. We encourage you guys to join. Soon we might be doing some live podcasts on Zoom. So definitely be a lookout for that. We'll probably get some, probably just do something to like get you guys involved. We want to do that the most because it's not only our project, it's your project.
Exactly. Yeah.
But before we end it off, do we have any last comments between me and you, Travis? Anything to kind of leave us off?
No, I think the thing at the end, the code word's a great idea. Timestamps will be there this time, guys. So if you want to see that, timestamps for specific questions. So, and if you want to be a special guest, just ask.
Yeah, definitely
let you on.
We're going to do as best we possibly can. We had 3. We'll probably have 3 or 4 every day, maybe 2, depends. We could have repeating, but I don't think Maggie will be let back on after some questionable answers.
She's off. No, sorry.
She's
I apologize.
But anyway, if you guys have any questions, just feel free to let me know. I'm totally open to it. We're just we're having some fun.
It's fun. It's fun. It's not a serious thing.
Trying to give you guys something interesting to watch, something to take your mind off the daily grind and quarantine.
Exactly.
So with that, that was me. That was Formal Night with me and Travis on our Name Penning Podcast, episode number 2. Make sure to be on the lookout for episode number 3. We'll probably be filming it either sometime this weekend or maybe even earlier. Depends on when this video gets uploaded. We're going to try to make it as consistent as possible. Just so
Good night, Mom. Love you. God damn it.
Mrs. Ehrenberg.
It wasn't muted.
No. Hi, Mrs. Ehrenberg. It was great.
Mom, Will says goodnight.
I said goodnight.
Bye,
He
Mrs.
says
Ehrenberg.
goodnight. Do I include that, though?
Yeah, we'll include it.
I'll include it.
That was Mrs. Ehrenberg. That was me. That was Travis. Signing off with you guys.
This is my
Episode
mom.
number 2 is in the books.
It's in the books.
We'll see you guys next time. Peace.
Peace.